So we're talking about what seeks expression through you. What seeks expression through you? So there is this energy, this essence, this life force that is present, that created everything out of itself. And since it created everything out of itself, it's present in us because we were created from it. And so, as you know, every month of this year, I have been going through a different book that talks about a different way of looking at this essence, of looking at this being, of looking at this oneness, all of the ways that we can recognize, realize, and know that presence in our lives. And so all of them have a perspective. And each of us has a perspective based on our life experiences, based on our culture, our families, our ancestors, so many things. So there are as many paths to God as there are individuals. Everyone has their own unique path. And what we do here is we give you the giant toolbox from which you could select the tool that works for you. And so one of the tools that has come to my awareness this month, one of the books for this month, is something called The 32 Keys by Gail Swift, Awakening to Soul. Now, there are a lot of books where it's all about talking about a different perspective, a different way of looking at it, a different theme of how to find the God in us. This one is one of the most complex ones that I have come across, but it is chock full of information and practices. It's all about the practices. And that's what we need to do as individuals in order to connect with this spiritual essence that we are, God bless you. We need to connect with that life energy somehow, and all of these different people have different ways of connecting, and so we're going to talk a little bit today about this one. Now, Gail Swift is a nurse. She's part of an association of integrative nursing, so I imagine it's because they use multiple practices in their nursing. And she also is a practitioner of Jinshin Jitsu. Jinshin Jitsu, it being a Japanese healing art. And so what she says, to choose a soul-inspired goal is to uncover and live your greatest potential in service to all of life. And she calls this essence, this consciousness, this thing that created us all, she calls it the universal source of all life. The universal source of all life. And then from the rest of the book, she abbreviates it as USOAL. USOAL. I don't know if you call that USOL. But anyway, so that was an interesting perspective. And she says, as each of us grows and evolves, as each of us does these practices, we are contributing to the health of the whole. Each of us contributes to the health of the whole through our thoughts, through our actions, through the atmosphere that we as individuals are creating through our thoughts and through our actions. So each of us is contributing. Are we contributing to the chaos, or are we contributing to the peace? So, we all know that as we change our thoughts, we are causing physical changes in our body. And she talks about the fact that our thoughts, we change our neurotransmitters. And those neurotransmitters, she said, thought is the director. The neurotransmitters are the messengers, and emotion is the result. Emotion is the result. So, there is a certain name that each of us could say in this moment that would cause a level of emotion to arise in us. This person running for president. This name just automatically causes a reaction, positive or negative, but it causes an emotion, and the thought creates a neurotransmitter that sends a message that is either positive for us or negative for us. But we're generating that ourselves. So the thing is, our mind is in control. The question is, are we in control of our mind? The mind is in control of that. Are we in control of our mind? That's the question. And how do we do that? Well, she has a creative cycle. And I mean, this woman brings in the directions, 8 directions. She's got the tarot. She's got the essential oils. She's got the Bach flowers. She's got, you name it. She has studied it, and it's in here. So what does she say? She says, how to create the creative cycle. The creative cycle is one that we are going to connect with that soul essence and allow that soul essence to bring forth the highest good for ourselves and for life. So, what do? We create a space in which to clear away the old to build the energy you need for the new. And then she says, liver. So she associates each of these things with a bodily organ. And in a minute, we're going to have a chance to not only talk about which organ, but we're going to talk about how we activate that organ. That's what I love about this. We're going to connect with the body, not just with the mind. Ooh. Okay. Breathe new life. Number 2, breathe new life into what you want. Begin with positive expectations. Positive expectations. That's the lung. So Cree just came to me before, and she told me about a little situation where she and Herb had come back from a trip from the airport. They arrived. They came up to Roseville. They stopped to get something to eat, and Herb realized that he had left his backpack, probably at the airport, with a very expensive tablet in the backpack. So they had to drive back to the airport. So Herb is going, ah, 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 and Cree is going, praying. She is treating, knowing that that backpack is there and that it's going to be found with ease and peace and grace. And she's just holding that in her mind for the entire trip. And they get to the airport and they get to find out where the lost and found is, and they go to the lost and found, and half an hour later they have the backpack. So the question is, are you going to have that positive expectation? Right? And you breathe into it, the positive expectation. Then you invite your soul to guide you on the new path of creation. That's the heart. Invite the soul to guide us on that new path of creation. And then align your thoughts to stay in the flow of what you want to know. Stay in the flow of what you want to know, and that's your kidney. And then take the actions you know will get the result you seek. And that is the spleen. Okay. Now, you say, so what? What am I going to do to my spleen? Well, we'll find out. Stay tuned. All right. So, the practices in this book use the mind and the electromagnetic pathways of the soul's, she calls it etheric or energy system, to restore the mind-body or the body-mind to healthy electrical charged state of calm alertness. So there are 32 keys, 16 for the right brain, 16 for the left brain. So we're working with creative, feminine energy, and we're working with the rational, masculine energy. We're working with both of those paths and putting them together. In each key are practices to alter electrical impulses to shift from chaos and disorder of a stress response to the harmony of a relaxation response. Okay, so we're shifting our energetic, electromagnetic energy from chaos of stress to relaxation energy. And there are body points associated with each of these organs. So I'm going to take you through key number 2. So first, Diana, could you see if you can get this up? Okay, this is a blurry, I'm sorry it's blurry, but it was a scan. This just shows you where all the keys are, okay? We're on key number 2. Key number 2, okay? And that says clarity of vision. You can't read that, but it says clarity of vision. And then you have a creative center that contains keys, and you have the heart, mind, thoughts, physical energy, emotions. And then there's these different phases. There's the gestation, authenticity, birth, ancestral memory, creative potential. Each of these, as I told you, this is a complex system. And each of them has little pieces and parts, so it has correspondences. So we're going to take number 2, which is beauty through stillness. The key is beauty through stillness. And the key starts with the soul quality, and of course the soul quality is beauty. That is the soul quality we're calling forth today. It starts with a quote from Franz Kafka. Anyone who keeps the ability to witness beauty never grows old. Anyone who keeps the ability to witness beauty never grows old. She talks about the correspondences for this key. The element is earth. The tarot is the high priestess. The rune stone is manaz. The essential oil is jasmine. And the Bach flower is scleranthus. We'll go through each of those in a little bit more detail later. The key words are self-reflection, body wisdom, balance, magnetic, steadfastness, patience, positive self-worth, and reliable foundation. So when we have a goal, we initiate that creative process, and that creative process allows us to make something new and beautiful. To make something new and beautiful. So she says, beauty is the nature of our authentic self. And she has this great description, which I will go to. She says, initiating a new goal activates the force of creation to make something new and beautiful. Beauty is the true nature of your authentic self. Your soul desires to change the shape and rhythm of your life in order to create beauty. It longs for you to experience something greater, moving you forward into more of who you are. So this is about becoming who you are. Beauty not only inspires the journey of the self becoming the self with a capital S, little s self becoming the big S self, it becomes the result, creating the life you truly desire. Beauty is in service to the ever-unfolding presence of spirit, choosing the pattern that connects us. It is an abundant, regenerative force that connects us back to life. And creating change that manifests beauty is not always easy. Some things are difficult to see. Some things need to fall away. Some things need to be enhanced. This can activate a flood of buried feelings and tension as though your world were falling apart. In fact, it may be. Yet, this is not the time to act. At this point in the creative journey, become comfortable with the unknown and don't fall prey to easy answers or quick fixes. Beauty emerges from complexity, ambiguity, and the tension created from old ideas giving way to the new. Allow this tension to create a space within you that is magnetic, inspired, and electrically charged with potential. Place your thoughts, feelings, and intention on the desired goal. Think, believe, and become who your inner self, with a capital S, is revealing. So, remember to place your attention on the process of reaching your goal. Rearrange your life to make it easier to make these steps and cultivate faith in your ability to achieve your goal. Become one who perceives clearly without reactivity. Remember, we always want to respond, not react. The difference is a breath between the reaction and the response. So, let's do the practice of key number 2. All right. The first thing she does is ask a reflective question and ask us to journal about it. The reflective question for this key is, what did I come here to experience? What did I come here to experience? And then she invites us to journal about that, about what we came here to experience. And also any difficulties or unresolved tensions that we may be getting. Then she gives us a little reflective exercise. She invites us to sketch out our perfect day. What does your perfect day look like? Where are you? Who are you with? Your perfect day. Now, when you're talking about the goal that you're trying to reach, are these people in these places in that goal? Because if not, you may not have the right goal. If your perfect day doesn't include these people that would it'd be part of your perfect day, and this situation, this place that is part of your perfect day, then that goal may not be the right goal. And that's the wonderful thing, is we get to look at that goal and let it evolve. It's all part of evolution. So, we got to check the goal to see if something needs to be changed. And then she invites us to do an exercise to make a bookmark listing all of our gifts and talents and innate abilities. Make a bookmark listing your innate talents, gifts, and your wonderful innate abilities. I just saw something on Facebook the other day with this little girl. I don't know, she was 10 years old. She's on some, Germany's Best Talent show, with the guys with the X's in front of them, and they're all judging people down there doing their thing. And this little girl gets up and she says, I decided I wanted to sing this song because my brother was playing the guitar or something, and I wanted to do something. And I heard this song on the internet, and so I decided to sing it. And she sings an operatic aria. Oh, cara mio bambino. It was like, what? Innate ability. Do we have an innate ability? Are we using it? Are we using it? So list those things. What are those innate abilities? All right. So for this beauty, the organ that we're working with is the small intestine. Woo-wee. I'm excited. All right. The energy point location is under each cheekbone. So what we do is we are going to sort through and release the mental, emotional baggage that holds us hostage to certain resistant patterns. So you place the right thumb on your right cheekbone, and then you place your other fingers on your left cheekbone, and then you place your hand on your heart. Then you drop your shoulders, and exhale, and inhale, and continue to do that, following your breath through your entire body. And you're pressing on your cheekbones. And enter a state of quiet, reflective stillness. Open every cell of your being to the beauty of nature and her abundance of growth, harmony, and well-being. You are here to witness the beauty that surrounds you. In the stillness of your innermost being, feel the presence of the soul's guidance. And that soul's guidance affirms, I am present in this moment. I am present in this moment. I am self-sustaining. I am self-sustaining. I have come to manifest beauty for the good of all my relations. I have come to manifest beauty for the good of all my relations. With the next exhalation, release the tensions created by needing to be right or perfect or special in any way. Just allow yourself to be yourself, your truth, your potential. In this stillness, receive all that is good, true, abundant, and beautiful. Receive all that is true, abundant, and beautiful. Now you can come back. But that would be your practice, to activate that small intestine, to invite the presence of beauty. And then you would continue with another spiritual practice, which is stillness. And this starts with a quote from Dr. Shad Helmstetter, who says, I choose my thoughts. No thought at any time can dwell in my mind without my permission. I choose my thoughts. No thought at any time can dwell in my mind without my permission. This guy's a neurologist. And he wrote a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. So, in this practice of centering and stillness, what may appear as chaos is really the new force of life manifesting through you. In the center lies both activity and stillness in a rhythmic dance of creation at the edge of evolution. So, centering is a practice that we can do anywhere, anytime, actually. And not have people looking at us because we're pressing our hands to our face. but you could do this. You just, you are still centered in loving kindness. Be centered in loving kindness. And what I usually do to be centered in loving kindness, I bring to mind an experience of unconditional love. Or you could bring a fantasy of unconditional love. But you bring into your awareness, your imagination, that wonderful faculty that we have, that unconditional love. And just, radiate that out. And you know that all is as it should be. You open to the sweet inner place of effortless reality into being itself. Emerson said, "The infinite lies in smiling repose." So we connect with that infinite that lies in smiling repose. And the affirmations are, I am safe, I am loved, I am enough, just as I am, whole, complete, and capable to handle what comes to me in this day. All is well. You are practicing the art of centering whenever you disarm the inner critic with acts of forgiveness and gratitude. So acts of forgiveness and gratitude also allow us to dismiss that inner critic and come to center, come to that place of being. As I said, there are details about the Tarot, the High Priestess, about the essential oils, about the rune associated with this, all of it. But working with this key, what we're doing is cultivating our ability to both appreciate and create beauty in our lives. To both appreciate and create beauty in our lives. And so we know as you grow, you serve. As you serve, you bring beauty to the earth. And she says, take the time you need to dream beauty into your life. Take the time you need to dream beauty into your life. And so our affirmation for today is, as I serve, I bring beauty to the earth. As I serve, I bring beauty to the earth. As I serve, I bring beauty to the earth. And so it is. Serve, I bring beauty to the earth. And so it is. All right.